We're filming. It's been a long time. Oh my god, I almost fell. Okay. Let's check. You can see my face. It's going well. Okay. You might notice, if there's anybody out there who's watching these videos, you might notice that the background is different. What? I am at home. Like home. Yeah. Okay. So, the Oscars are coming up. How amazing. How excited are we all? Yes. Who would have thought that La La Land would get 14 nominations? That's the craziest shit I've ever seen. 14 nominations. Like, what the hell? That's a lot of nominations. Anyway, we're here not to talk about La La Land, we're here to talk about Nocturnal Animals. I'm really disappointed in the Academy, because they only got one nomination, and it was a performance nomination. I don't remember the name of the guy, but he was okay in the movie. I don't know why, I have the feeling that these Oscars are not as cool as the last Oscars. Maybe it was because of the Leonardo DiCaprio hype. But this year, I'm not very excited about it all. I don't know why. For people who have not seen this movie, stop watching this video. Don't watch it. And for people who have already seen Nocturnal Animals and want to hear about it, want to hear me talk about the ending, explaining it in my point of view and everything, then keep on watching, because it's gonna be a wild ride. I heard about Nocturnal Animals way back, and I totally forgot about it in the meantime, because I saw the posters, and I saw the cast, and I was really excited, because Tom Ford is a beautiful director and makes everything look beautiful, and the aesthetics are beautiful, and everything's beautiful in his movies. And A Single Man, I am in love with this movie. With A Single Man and with that movie. Colin Firth, you know that I'm married to that man, and that project was amazing for him. I think he really, I don't know how to explain it, but this movie, A Single Man movie, photography, beautiful, so many Oscar nominations, I think, or a few of them. And the ensemble was great, the story was great. I cried like a baby, the music is melancholic, everything is amazing about this movie. It's not a happy movie, but it's like being in a constant photo shoot of Tom Ford. Being in a constant, in a constant stylish environment, even though, it's a movie. So, when I heard about Nocturnal Animals, I was really excited. Amy Adams, amazing, beautiful girl, talented. Jake Gyllenhaal, it's been a while since I've seen one of his movies. What else? Aaron Taylor-Johnson, I was like, oh, that's a big step from him. Because it's been a while since I haven't heard from him. And Anna Karenina was the last big project, adult project that I've heard of him, and I watched it, and I was really, I love him. I'm really proud of what he's accomplished, and I love that he's handsome, but he doesn't have the problem that Bradley Cooper has, because Bradley Cooper is too beautiful for his own good, so sometimes he doesn't get the acknowledging, and he gets really defined as a handsome man, and because he's so handsome, you get distracted by his performance. But in the case of Aaron Taylor-Johnson, it doesn't happen. In my opinion, Aaron Taylor-Johnson is a better actor than Bradley Cooper, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't want to insult you, Bradley Cooper, if you're watching this video, which you're probably not, but I don't want to insult you. I'm a big fan. The cast was amazing, and I was like, I gotta watch this. And then I saw that Isla Fisher was on that, and I was like, oh, it's cool, because I think she has a lot to give to Hollywood, and I don't know why people are not much excited about her presence, but I was. And I was like, well, that's a lot of redheads in the cast. Well, there's an explanation for it. You'll know it because you watched the movie. So what was expecting from this movie? I was expecting photography, I was expecting melancholic music, I was expecting beautiful fashion choices, and I was expecting the kind of atmosphere, a cool atmosphere, a classy, fancy, lonely atmosphere, and that's what I got, actually. But I was surprised, because I was not expecting such a traumatic movie. Because if you've seen the movie, you know that The protagonist is Amy Adams, and she gets a manuscript of a book written by her ex-husband. And the ex-husband says like, oh, because of this, because of our marriage, I wrote this book. And I would love to meet with you and discuss you. So first you gotta read it. And then she got sent the manuscript, and then she gets it, and then she reads it. And in the manuscript, there's a crazy story being told that you're shown during the movie, like parallel. And in that story, the woman of the protagonist and the daughter get kidnapped, and then they get raped, and then they get killed. Like everything bad you can imagine that can happen to you, it happened to them. And I was watching this movie, and I was not expecting such a explicit, dramatic storyline. I was like, fuck. I was really, I mean, I had to stop the movie a few times because I was like, that is too much to handle. Because I thought maybe they'll find them alive, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll just hint it. But they said it, and they showed the bodies there on the sofa. And it was too much for me. I was watching, I was like, fuck. I was like, that is crazy shit. And Angela Johnson did a beautiful job in his role, because he was not to be, I mean, I didn't recognize him at first. I was watching and I was like, oh, he looks, and I was like, of course it's him. But he did an amazing job. I was really surprised. And that storyline was too much for me. I mean, I kept watching it, of course, but I was watching the movie and I kept looking forward to the scenes with Amy Adams, because they were more chill and they were more Tom Ford style. And then she's at home and she's reading the pages and she's struggling and fighting she's suffering with you, and you feel kind of a connection with her, which is a weird thing because she's a very cold woman. I mean, she's a very cynical, cold woman. She turns into that because of circumstances. You see the movie, and she gets real. She's a realist, and usually you don't feel as identified with that character, or you don't see those kind of characters struggle or emotionally involved. But in this movie, you see her cry, you see her suffer, even though she's a realist and she's a cold kind of person. You see that she is an emotional person after all. After reading those pages, she's just so done. And I love that. I love that she's portrayed as a cold, realistic character, and then you see her emotional side, because that never usually happens. When you have a cold bitch, just call her that. When you have a cold bitch in a movie, you see a cold bitch, you see her cry a few times, and that's it. But the whole movie was focused on her emotional side. Yeah. So I was really, I don't know how to say it. I enjoyed every style decision that they made. She looked beautiful with and without makeup, or where she was supposed to not wear makeup, even though you could tell she was wearing makeup. And the house was beautiful. Armie Hammer, that was a beautiful surprise. I was watching the movie, and then I totally forgot that Armie Hammer was gonna play a role. And when I started watching the movie, I was like, oh my god, that beautiful, handsome Greek god is playing a role. He didn't play much of a part, but that's very good for him, and that's a very good project for him. I'm proud of him. Yes, I usually feel proud of actors I have never really talked to because of the projects they choose. So that's my life. The ending left me like, I was watching it, and then I was waiting for something to happen, and then nothing happened, and then the movie was done. And I was like, wait a minute, what the hell just happened? Because I was expecting, I mean, she's waiting for him at the restaurant after reading the manuscript, and she gets all dolled up. You could see that she's putting on makeup, she's trying to be perfect for him. She takes off her wedding band, I think it's called that, and then she gets ready, she gets all beautiful for him. She looks beautiful. And then she goes to the restaurant, and she's early apparently, and you're like, okay, then he'll make an entrance. He doesn't make an entrance, he doesn't show up. So, how? Why? So I was really disappointed with that movie ending. I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. What the hell? Where the crabbity crab is him? That fucker left her. But I was like, that's a very weak ending. It's not, but because after I finished, I was like, actually, that ending really got to me. I was really pissed at him, and I think that's the reaction that you're supposed to have. Because I was really pissed at Jake Gyllenhaal's character for not showing up, even though she was the one who acted so horribly towards him when she got the abortion without telling him, and I'm guessing that she cheated on him with Armie Hammer, even though it's not showed. They're just like friends. I mean, if you wanna jump into conclusions, yes, she was having an affair and she got an abortion and she did everything wrong possibly. So you're supposed to, hate Amy Adams or feel hate towards Amy Adams and feel compassion towards Jake Gyllenhaal's character. I forgot his name, I'm sorry. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but okay. And at the end of the movie, I hated him more than I hated her. Because the whole movie, you're on a journey with her, and then at the end, you feel more emotionally attached to the woman. Maybe it's because I'm a woman. Maybe as a man, I would feel more identified with him, and then I would be like, she deserved it. But that's my opinion. My opinion, the movie is all about revenge. Because all he wanted was revenge. She was showing her that, she called him weak all the time, and she thought that he was a weak person. And then he showed her at the end that he was not weak. You could have two interpretations of the ending. You could say first he sent the manuscript and then he was not strong enough to face her at the end. Or you could say he was strong enough to just let her go and dump her there and stand her up there in the restaurant. Because as bad as he wanted to see her, was strong and he didn't go. And the worst thing is that Amy Adams' character, I don't remember her name, Julie, I don't know, maybe not, she was really looking forward to that. And considering that her husband is cheating on her, and he's not interested in her anymore, and she dumped Jake's character for Armie Hammer, and now the husband that she chose totally ignores her, and he's never home, and now that she can get attention from the other man again, she gets really excited, and you could see her, like I mentioned, getting pretty and trying to be sexy and stuff, and then he's not there. Isn't that the most awesome revenge plan, though? She has such high hopes for, maybe this time will work, because he seems to have found himself in his writing, and maybe he's dealing with the stuff that happened, and he's using that manuscript to get in touch with me again, and maybe, who knows, something might happen. But no, bitch, you thought, because that man wrote that manuscript, and he's tough as nails, and he showed you what he can do, and he's gonna stand you up in that restaurant. It's such a mean move to make. It's such a hateful thing to do. And she would have never seen that coming from her ex-husband. Never. And that happened. And now she has nothing to hope for. Because her husband is out there doing something else. And then the ex-husband is over her. How of an ending is that? It's all about revenge. It's all about high expectations, no expectations, no hope. Because she has no hope now. She's just trapped in her life. She doesn't like her job. She doesn't like, she doesn't have a good relationship with the husband. She has no children. The daughter is totally ignoring her because she has a life of her own. That's it. And the mother, she doesn't appear again, but I'm guessing she doesn't have a good relationship with Amy Adams. She's alone. She doesn't have anything to look forward to, and I think that's the worst thing. No hope is the worst kind of way to live. Has this been too deep for you? It might have been. I'm sorry. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the ending of Nocturnal Animals and the movie Nocturnal Animals. Maybe this has been a very long-ass video. I'm so sorry. Okay, Subscribe if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, I'm sorry, but don't let me know, because I have a very low self-esteem. Follow me on Tumblr, Sarcastic Dimples, and I'll see you soon. Bye.